Hello everyone, welcome to my new science school physics class. In this class, we are going to discuss quantity and unit. This is our first class in this series or in physics, so we have this as class 1.1. That means this is the first topic, and under the topic we have a subtopic which is quantity and unit. So since this is the first class, we are going to briefly define what is physics, even though it's least important in physics, because what you need to know are the actual measurement and also dealing with those laws found in physics. So let's define physics. What is physics? One of the simplest definitions of physics is study of laws that govern matter, energy, and their interactions. So, the shortest or that I can give is this physics, a study of laws of nature or physical laws of nature. It is what? Study of physical laws of nature. So, it is one of the main branches of science, others being biology and chemistry. So, physics is one of the three branches of science. Science has three branches. We have chemistry, biology, and physics. So, physics is one of the three branches of science. That means science is not complete without physics. Physics itself is divided into three divisions. We have mechanics, optics, and electricity. These are main component of physics. So if you are studying physics, you may end up studying mechanics, optics, or electricity. You must study one of these three. Now that we introduce you to what is physics, let's go to the main topic, which is quantity and unit. What is quantity and what is unit? Quantity and unit are two important things that we need to make sense in measurement. For example, if you just have 100, this 100 has incomplete meaning, because when I say 100, for example, I just tell you 100, then the question can be, or the question that will follow, including the question like what, or which 100, or what 100, or 100 of what. These questions can be answered using quantity and unit. Because just 100 doesn't make any sense, but putting something like this sign will make this 100 to make sense. Because here we have 100 naira. By the time somebody sees 100 naira written like this, you start thinking of money. 100 naira is money. So, by just adding this sign, we can answer three questions. One is, what is it that is 100 naira? The answer is money. Now, the money is the quantity. The money is the quantity. Then the next question can be, what currency did we use to measure this money that we have gotten 100? The answer is naira. So this naira stands for the unit of this quantity. Quantity is money. Naira is unit. Now quantity is money, naira is, or unit is naira. Then the last question, how much of these nairas that you have gotten after the measurement? The answer is 100. So we answered 3 questions. First, the quantity, which is money. Next, or the second, is the unit that we use to count or to measure the money, which is naira. Then last is the number attached, which will tell us the quantity or the amount of this money. So you need to sit down and think about this very well, because you knowing quantity and unit will be the foundation of you understanding physics measurement. Let's give another example. Let's say 25. This is just 25. This conveys no meaning. 25 of what? Is it gold? Is it computers? Is it pencils? Is it biro? Is it books? You don't know. What do you need to understand the actual meaning of this 25? It's just a unit. The unit that you will attach to this 25 will tell you more about the 25, and it will tell you the quantity, and also the unit itself is spread is safe. That is, it will tell you the unit used for measuring the quantity. Now, if I put just 25 kilogram, now I'm telling you this quantity is mass. I measured mass, that's why I have gotten 25 kilogram. I measured mass and I got 25 kilogram. Question can be, what is the quantity, or what quantity that can give you 25 kilogram? The quantity is mass. Then what unit did I use to measure this mass that I've gotten 25? I use kilogram. Kilogram is a unit specific to mass. Then we have the number, which is 25. This number is telling us the quantity, or the amount of kg found after the measurement. So now 25 kilogram makes sense, make a lot of sense than just 25. 25 is very ambiguous because it can be of cars, it can be 25 of people or children. So let's move. Hope is understood. Now we have 60. 60 of what? Is it cows? Is it students? But when I write 60, then I put seconds here. 60 seconds. These 60 seconds tell us more about this just attaching the word seconds tell us more about the 60. Now you can answer these 3 questions that we answered earlier, which are first, what quantity did I measure that I've gotten this 60? The quantity is time. I measured time, then I got 60 seconds. Again, what is the unit that I use to measure this quantity, which is the time? I use second. Then lastly, how many of these seconds I got after the measurement? I got 60 seconds. That means, or 60 seconds. That means we have answered successfully these 3 questions. Now, If you can remember, we use kilogram, we use second. We can write it as sec like this. And also, we can use meter, which is m. These three units are very important because they are the unit of first is the kilogram, which is unit of mass. This is the unit of mass. Then this next one is time. Then the last one here is length. So these three, they are very important in physics. Why? We shall see in the types of quantity and unit. Now that we understand the meaning of quantity and unit, let's move further to see the different types of these quantity and unit. Let's start with quantity. As you can see here, we have two different quantities. We have fundamental quantity, and second is derived quantity. Then unit 2, they are divided, or they are classified into these two different form, fundamental and derived, as we can see. So we have fundamental unit and derived unit. So what are the fundamental quantity, or what are the fundamental quantities? What we want you to understand is that when we say fundamental quantities, fundamental unit always follows. Fundamental quantity is followed by fundamental unit. Derived quantity is always followed by derived unit. Let's take example. Let's see. Let's say we have we say unit. We say that quantity, example like weight, or let's say length. This length is a quantity. What is length, by the way? Let's say here is A, here is B. So length is a measure of extent of space. For example, from this A to B, if you use your tape to measure the distance between these 2 points, then the distance between the two is length. When you use tape to measure, then now unit comes into play. That means you use something to measure this distance between A and B. That's something that you use to quantify the length is called unit, or you are using unit to quantify the length. Maybe you use meter, the measuring tape, and the measuring tape maybe is calibrated into meters. Then the meters that you will count in order to get the distance between A and B is called unit. So you say how many meters are there between point A and B. That will tell you the number of units that you have gotten after you have completed the measurement between point A and B. So now length is the quantity, that is the distance between A and B. That's why in definition they say length is the extent of space. Next thing, you want to measure time. You want to measure time between now and tomorrow. Tomorrow at maybe at the same time. You get 24 hours by watching your watch. You are watching your what do you call it? Clock or watch or stopwatch. You count complete 24 hours. What you measure is time. What you will get after the exercise, you get something in hours. The hours now is the unit, while the quantity is the time. So time is the quantity, while unit is the hours. So always when you measure time, for you to express how much or how long of this time you must attach unit to it. You measure from now to tomorrow. At this time, you have 24 hours. You cannot just say 24 without saying hours. That's why we said when you mention quantity, you must attach a unit to it for it to make sense. So if we measure maybe point A to point B, we must end up using unit for us to make sense out of that measurement. So you have A to B as maybe 20, but 20 what? 20 meters, because just keeping quiet at the point of saying 20 you will not make any sense. You must include the unit. That's why we said when we mention quantity, unit must follow. Then if we mention fundamental quantity, then fundamental unit must follow for it to make sense. Then what is different between fundamental and derived, as we saw earlier in the earlier slide?